Up next, I'm going to review Phantom, the newest from Paco Rabanne. I'm going to tell you honestly what I think about this one. Welcome back, everybody, to Joel the Nose. And today I'm going to be doing a first impression / review of Phantom, the newest from, of course, Paco Rabanne, famous for 1 Million, and of course a bunch of other fragrances, one of the classic designer houses. And I was in Ulta over the last few days, and I've been smelling it over about a 3-day period, so I've got a good feeling of this fragrance. And for those of you who have not seen it, I do not have the bottle because I have not purchased it yet, but that is how it looks. You can see it there. It's kind of like that futuristic, almost toy-like, I guess, robotic fragrance, or I shouldn't say fragrance, but I'm sorry, I'm actually making sure my mic was on. So yeah, first of all, let me talk about the presentation. I hate it. I think it's childish. I think it's amateurish. I think it looks like a Transformer toy that one of my kids would have had when they were younger. I don't get it. I mean, it looks like a toy for a kid or a perfume for a kid. Clearly, the market for this is going to be teenage and maybe early 20s. I just don't see this as a mature fragrance, just off the presentation alone. But of course, that's my first impression. Ultimately, what is in the juice is what matters, so let's get to that. For those of you who don't know, this fragrance was specifically influenced and or created by AI, or what we call artificial intelligence. They apparently used AI to come up with a formula that was supposed to be innovative, edgy, creative. I think they used AI, I'm gonna be honest here, to come up with a formula that they think would sell. Meaning this smells like every other designer fragrance on the market. The minute you smell it, it's just that typical kind of lemony, lavender, just DNA of a designer fragrance. There's nothing outstanding here. There's nothing creative about it. There's nothing pushing the boundaries. There's nothing innovative about it. So whatever they used the artificial intelligence for, it was not for creating a kind of cool designer, edgy fragrance. This is a typical designer fragrance that smells like everything else out on the market. Of course, this is my first impression, but I have worn it for a few days now on my skin. And no, I do not have the bottle because I don't waste money on things, and I don't buy fragrances just to test them. I buy fragrances that I like. This one, as you can tell, is not gonna be one that I would be purchasing because I would have it here with me. Again, just take a look at that. I mean, just look at that bottle. Is that something you want in your collection? I guess maybe if you want something that you think stands out as being different, I mean, I can see that, or if you're younger, I can see that, but if you're in your mid-20s or above, I just don't see this fragrance really fitting. As far as the notes go, again, nice notes, lavender, lemon, Amalfi lemon. At the top, at the heart, it also has lavender again, apple, patchouli, and then there's like a smoke accord. And then at the base, you have lavender yet again, and vanilla and vetiver. So I will say this, my initial impression, the smell, it's just typical designer fragrance, not loving it. It's clean, it's kind of sweet, I think a little bit overly sweet. I like sweet fragrances, but this is that like designer sweet that smells, again, just very typical of everything on the market. You do get that smoke accord. It's a little bit smoky also. If you like that type of fragrance, you may like this. Don't get much apple. Didn't get much patchouli on my nose either, but I got definitely lavender, smoke, and lemon at the top. As it dries down, I think it gets a little bit better. And when I say that, I mean when it gets to the base. After about 3 hours or so, I got this kind of vanilla vetiver base dry down, which is vanilla to most people is very, of course, very safe and easy to smell and wear. And I really like vetiver, so I did like that vetiver at the base. But the rest of the fragrance, didn't really love. I've been getting about 5 to 6 hours on my skin, which is, you know, pretty average. The price, by the way, is for a 100 milliliter bottle, $100, and for a 50 milliliter bottle, it is $75. But in the end, I don't think it's worth it. I would not recommend it. Again, it's just kind of boring, plain designer fragrance for me, and just doesn't merit a purchase for me, and therefore I would not recommend it to you. Of course, you know, unless you like that type of smell, to each their own. So there you have it. This is Joel the Nose. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll be back soon with another video.